So first of all, I would like to say, I apologize. I do. I apologize for that last video. Now that last video didn't get like thousands of views or a million views or blah, blah, blah. I don't even know if it got 500 yet. But you guys showed me there's still a good community out there. You really did. I got a lot of comments. I was sitting at work the other day just going through and going through every comment, reading every single one of them. It really made me feel good inside. And I got a lot of really good suggestions from you guys, so I really appreciate it. The walks now, like, there's some really good stuff out there that I can look into. I started reading through the comments and taking a real deep dive, and see, that's what this community is all about. It's that deep dive. It's that there's other people out there who can communicate and tell you, what's going on. And even though everybody else is trying to sell you stuff, every single other person on there seems to be always trying to sell you stuff. And you see videos that says the best drone here, the best drone for beginners, the best build. None of that stuff matters because there's true salt of the earth people. And I'm a nobody. I'm a nobody who didn't even get 500 views on that video and got so many comments. To me, it was a lot of comments, so I really do appreciate it. I think I got some new subs out of it too, so that's really cool. So I really do appreciate that, guys. You guys really showed me that there's still a good community out there, and I'm still going to keep flying. Today I'm actually flying one of my drones that I haven't flown in probably 4 or 5 years. I built this. It's a True X. It's the iFlight True X. It doesn't have a Unify Pro on it, so I haven't flown it in a long time. But in the last video when I crashed, I actually screwed up the front motor on my drone. So I had to order a new one and get it coming in. And I could just switch the Unify Pro over to this, but I just don't want to do all that work right now. You know what I mean? I just want to fly. And then I ordered these batteries, and they were supposed to be 6S, and they came in, and they're only 4S. So I'm annoyed by that. I'm still waiting. I ordered 4 more 6S batteries. So I'm not going to do anything crazy intense on this because it is 4S, and I won't be able to pull out of things nearly as much as I can with a 6S. Besides, I don't even know how this flies. I don't even know if it was working the last time that I flew it. You know what I mean? Like, let's just make sure that it turns on. Oh, it turns on. That's good. It's a good sign. So I do appreciate that, guys, and I would love more input. I would. If you could tell, every comment that I read, I either liked, loved, or commented back, and I'm always down for a conversation. I even had a few people go on some of my older videos and leave comments on some of my older videos. So I really do appreciate that, guys. The community is still strong. You know what I mean? Like, I was coming back into this thinking it didn't seem, and I think that's just YouTube's algorithm. I don't think it promotes the community nearly enough. It promotes more of the affiliate link people and the big corporation DJI stuff. But you know what I mean? There's still little people out there just flying for the fun of it because it's a hobby. And that's amazing. I mean, I just love to see it. And I'm going to try to fly. We'll see how this battery is. Maybe it's a good battery. Who knows? I remember flying Forest. You guys remember that? I remember flying 3S. I started out on 3S. And then I remember the 4S craze was like huge. And, ooh, that didn't come out of that very good. It was like 4S, oh my God, like that's the way to fly. And then 6S came out and it was like a whole new thing. Ooh. It doesn't have nearly enough rip on it. Like let's see how fast that didn't go fast at all. And it could just be the settings to this drone. Brand new battery. And this didn't have nearly the rip on it. Like, I'm afraid to do too much. I don't know if it's going to pull out or not. Oh, there's some damn dog barking. Well, the VTX isn't doing that bad. It's not good, but it's not that bad. This thing handles so much different than my Ripper, my main drone. I need to fly this more just so I can get used to this. I bet you it would be doing a lot better if I had a 6S battery in there. Have you guys ever went from 6S to 4S on accident or anything? Or does anybody still fly any 4S? Also, I've got that RunCam 5 on here too. So I got to see what that looks like, what the color looks like and all that stuff. Ooh, that's really breaking up hard. That's why, like, Unify Pro is the only way to go when it comes to a VTX with analog.
Timer 1 elapsed.
Oh, I don't like this at all. This will just be, I don't know if anybody else does this, but back when I was flying a lot, like I would have what I call a recon battery. There's my first battery. So I'd have a recon battery and I'd fly 4S around just to kind of get a lay of the land and a map out like what I'm going to fly and kind of do it slowly. And then I would switch over to 6S and
30 seconds.
I'd flip over to 6S and really rip it. I mean, it's kind of the smarter thing to do when you go to a new place. Let's land this and try the other one. I'd like to know, you know, like any of you guys that have content. I know there's a lot of people out there in the hobby that are just hobbyists and they're flying. They like to go check out other people's videos. And let me know if you actually post videos. Because some people don't. But if you actually post videos and you need subscribers, let me know. Because I'd like to subscribe to you. I'd like to check out your content. But I appreciate you guys. I really do. The comments, the encouragement, the agreement. There was even only one that I seen that was in disagreement. Said he flies DJI because it's the best, leave the politics out of it or something like that. Yeah, I do read all of your comments. And that's the thing, like politics emulates life. So if you're living life, then you have to stand by your morality. Your morality dictates your politics. I mean, so it's kind of one of those things. I started this channel with DJI drones, showing people how to hack into DJI drones and how to improve the original DJI Phantom 3 standard, get more distance out of it, hack into it and get it to do better. What do they call it? I can't remember, where you set the tags and stuff and get it to fly autonomously. Like, also, that's how I started this channel. I got to my first 1,000 subscribers doing that and playing around with toy drones. And then things evolved. I got into these style drones and then 3D printers and so forth and so on and kept going. That's how this channel started. But, you know, once I learned, that's back when everything was fun and like new and we didn't know much about the company itself. And now I can't ignore it. I can't ignore what the company has done. I can't ignore what the Apple company has done. And I have to stand by my morality and the way I live my life. I have to. And you can't leave. I mean, life is politics. Your moral center is political. I mean, that's just the way that it is. And I apologize if that rubs somebody the wrong way, but it's just the way that it is. You know what I mean? And I'll stand by my morale. And I'm not forcing my morality on anyone else. That's the thing. I'm not telling you that you can't own DJI. I'm not calling you this or that because you own DJI. More power to you if you want to own DJI. If you want to get into this hobby, I'm fine with it. If you go get you a bind and fly and get up in the air and enjoy it, as long as you're having fun, that's what life is about. The pursuit of happiness. You know what I mean? And if that's what makes you happy and you have the money to spend, go do your thing. I'll go fly with anybody. If I went with you and we went somewhere and flew and you busted out a DJI, I'll probably even fly it with you. But I'm just not going to spend my hard-earned money. that I work for on a company that's that truly awful. That's just where I stand, and I'm not demanding you do the same thing. That's just how I am. It's how I'm built, and I can't ignore it. And I think having kids has kind of, I was the same way, you know, like who cares about everything else? Who cares about politics? I'm just going to do whatever I can do and get the best of what I can get, because that's, you know, that's where it's at. But as I've gotten older and as I've been having to teach my kids how to navigate through life, navigate through the internet, navigate through emotion and stress and depression and my own personal mental health and stuff, like I can't ignore these big corporations. I can't ignore the immorality of some of these gigantic corporations who just push, push, push. And that's another thing too, is you know, Fat Shark is trying to compete. They're Fat Shark and some of these FPV companies are trying to actually help the hobby out and still make money and be able to survive as a company, making FPV products. So they have to set their price tag to a certain amount to make sure that they can get by and still become a profitable company. DJI, Apple, these types of companies, their products are way overpriced. Like Apple, I think it costs $1.62 to build an Apple phone, and they sell it for thousands of dollars. Like, that doesn't compute. And then they don't give their employees anything. So much so that their employees jump off their buildings and try to commit suicide constantly. And do they get them help? Do they get somebody in? Do they give them breaks? Do they give them this or that? Do they come and say, listen, we understand you. You're our employees. We're going to help you out? No. They just put nets up around the building, and then when they jump off, they grab them. They put them back to work. I mean, that's just, it's gross. It's gross. They're making money hand over foot. They're not losing any money. Not only that, but the money that they don't pay African miners and all these slave kids that are in these African mines that are just scraping and eking by and making nothing, and their bodies are just being wasted away by all these awful chemicals, and they're getting cancer and all this other stuff. They're not paying them anything. Those people aren't living in luxury. They're in squalor and filth. And Apple has the money, DJI has the money to make sure that anyone they get their tech from gets paid. But do you think they do that? No. No, they don't. They get the metals and things at dirt cheap costs. They accept the slave labor and they profit tremendously off of it. It's just terrible. It's terrible. I wish the FPV community as a whole would just turn their backs on DJI. I really do. I really wish they would. But such is life. You ain't going to stop people from doing bad things. And a lot of people will look at it and be like, yeah, they might be a bad company, but they got an awesome product and it helps me out. So whatever. You know, I get that. I do. But I love you guys. Thank you guys for leaving comments and watching my video. I'm just a nobody out here doing nobody things, and I'm not even a good pilot. So I do really appreciate your guys' comments. We'll see you guys later.